But let me read this really quick on what the teacher sent, just so you know that I'm being honest and true about the situation that happened to my child. Hey there, I wanted to let you know of an incident that happened at lunch today. One of our students was making very inappropriate racist comments towards a number of students today. Your child, unfortunately, was one of them. This is America. Yes, this is America. Welcome back. If this is your first time on the Just Listen podcast, I welcome you to the channel. This video is going to talk about racism. And, an unfortunate thing happened to my family and I this week with my 8-year-old son, my second grader of a son, in school. And I wanted to read this message that we received from the teacher earlier this week. Today is May 17th. It's Saturday, but this happened earlier in the week in regards to what took place. So I want to read this message, and then I want to touch on parents. I want to touch on parents and how they're raising their children, because this is something that this particular situation seemed like it came and happened because of what the child hears in the household. I mean, when you have 7 and 8-year-old children saying the specific things that they do in classrooms or in lunch settings or anywhere in the public to other children, where are they getting it from? Of course, we have kids that get stuff from their peers and everything like that. But this one here seemed like it came from the household. And I can tell you the reason why I feel that way is because I know this child. I'm not going to say their name. And I know that they are a wild kid. Anytime my wife and I would do any kind of field trips where we're chaperoning with the teachers, this particular child's been in my child's classroom for 2 years now. And we know how this kid acts. So it's something that I had a hunch, and I believe 100% that this child is getting this from the people that's raising them. And this is the problem that we have in our society when it comes to these are not teachers that's teaching these children how to be a specific way in regards to racism. This is coming from the household. Children are sponges, and what we do in our household and what we say in our household, of course, they're going to attach on to that, and then they're going to take it somewhere else, like this situation. So bear with me here. I'm going to read something that happened earlier this week, that we thank the teacher so much for being transparent with us, because that's what we like. We like transparency. We want our teachers to teach our children. However, when they need to reach out to us and let us know a situation, we want that teacher to be able to reach out to us transparently without any fear of any kind of retaliation. So let me read this really quick, and hang tight with me, because I have an important message when it comes to it. I have an important message to the parents out there. I don't care if you're a Trump supporter. I don't care if you voted for Harris. I don't care. This shouldn't be happening to any children in our country. But we know that hatred and racism is well alive when it comes to the Trump administration. We know that the hatred and racism is well alive because we can see it every day with certain things that are happening to people of color, to black people, taking away rights, taking away specific things that helps assist with black businesses and everything else. We see that happening with Hispanics. We see that happening with migrants who, they come here to try to have and live the American dream. This is what's happening right now. They're snatching people up. So miss me with that if you think that this administration is not being racist, because they are 100% being racist when it's all said and done. When it's all said and done. But let me read this really quick on what the teacher sent, just so you know that I'm being honest and true about the situation that happened to my child. Hey there, I wanted to let you know of an incident that happened at lunch today. One of our students was making very inappropriate racist comments towards a number of students today. Your child, unfortunately, was one of them. I spoke with him about this, and the student has been suspended for his actions. I'm going to give you a call this afternoon after school to speak with you about this situation further. Wanted to let you know beforehand. Okay, so first and foremost, parents, let the teachers teach, for one. The teachers, I know we hear all this stuff about the crazy shit that is the assumption, which is misinformation about what teachers are teaching our kids in school. furries and all that bullshit. That is not real. I go to my child's school every day, and not once do I see a kid dressed up as a furry. So miss me with that one. But the teacher did give us a call, my wife and I, and let us know that this child in the lunchroom was targeting the information towards kids of color, black children, Hispanic children, and called them monkeys. You know what I'm saying? Calling them monkeys and blackies. So how do you think a parent is supposed to feel when their child is being called blackies and monkeys at the age of 8? Can anybody post in the comment section how you would react and how would you feel if your child was called something that was very racial from another child who, you know, you wouldn't expect or think that they would be saying this type of stuff, and you'd wonder where they get it from? Well, let me tell you this. I know that this child is getting this information from their household, because it's very odd for children to be calling other children blackies and monkeys. My household don't even use those terms. I know my friends who have children, my family who has children, they don't say blackies and monkeys. That's not something that comes out of their mouth. But we have a polarizing environment right now where we have people who see things on a TV screen, and the parents might be saying specific things about those particular people because of situations that may happen, you know, violence, whatever it is, that come from urban communities and things like that. And that's what the thought is, oh, these particular individuals are called this and called that. These people are dangerous. When it's the media that really mystifies and messes up the mind when it comes to us all trying to coexist and live together. Because I can tell you this, and it's actually hot in this room here, so excuse me if you see me wiping every now and again. But I'll tell you this, though. Violence comes from across the board. It doesn't just happen in ghettos, in urban areas. It doesn't happen. It doesn't just happen in big cities. It happens in rural communities as well. It happens between spouses. It happens between couples. It happens between anything. But we have, when it comes to what's being played on the TV of a ghetto and things that happen in the ghetto, like, you know, I used to watch First 48 back in the day, and it would always be around a more urban city and things that happen in an urban city, drugs and gang violence and stuff like that. This type of stuff happens anywhere. It doesn't matter if the population is more of a specific color. It happens anywhere. But parents need to do a better job in teaching their children how to love and respect everybody, no matter what color they are. And that's the problem that we have in our society now, especially when it comes to this particular administration. And, you know, people can say, well, Obama increased racism. No, that's not true. People didn't like Obama being a black man in the office of power as a president. And with Obama trying to do the best that he can, you know, of course, the Republican Party tried to destroy everything that Obama tried to do. You know, so, it really upsets me in regards to how we have a country where hate has just increased. It is increased. People aren't learning how to love each other, no matter what color they are. My family, we teach our kids to respect and love everyone. My child has friends of many ethnicities, many races, and he loves them. He loves to enjoy and play with them. It doesn't matter their accent. It doesn't matter if they can barely speak English. It doesn't matter. Excuse me. You know, let me know what you think. Let me post in the comment section. Have you ever faced racism? I have, many a times, especially growing up in a predominantly white high school or a predominantly white area. But let me know in the comment section on what you think. Have you ever experienced this? Have your children ever experienced this? I mean, because it's something that is definitely alive and never going to go away. Hopefully there will be more people like me that loves everyone, and more people like my family and my children that loves everyone, no matter what their color is. Peace and love.